Hey guys, so this is going to be one of the very first videos of my pre-algebra playlist. And normally when you in pre-algebra, one of the first things you learn is order of operations, or PEMDAS. But even before you learn that, there's some more basic stuff that can make your math a lot easier. And this is exactly what I learned in my pre-algebra class. And it's simply, I'm going to split this into two videos, one on getting rid of the parentheses and the next one on simply doing the adding negatives and positive. And it's just making this easier. When you get up in the higher math, calculus, and algebra, you make one little simple number error and you could get your whole problem wrong. And so you're going to be doing that a lot, and learning this can make all your math a lot easier. Like I said, our pre-algebra teacher taught us this, and I've always remembered it, and I've always worked off of it. So basically what this first one we'll be talking about is when you work with a lot of negatives in parentheses, it can make your math a lot harder. So let's say we start with this one, number one. When you're looking at this, you might picture like a number timeline, essentially like 0 being here and positives there and negatives there. So you might look at it and say, so I'm subtracting -2. I have -2, so I go to the left, but I'm subtracting it, so they cancel out, so now I'll go to the right. And then you may get that, and then you work with the next one. You say, okay, I'm adding, but it's a negative, so you're really thinking, you're making your stuff a lot harder. So simply the main point of this, the easy way to get rid of these parentheses is to multiply the signs. Like in multiplication, when you multiply two likes or divide, the answer is always positive. Two negatives and two positives, it's always positive. And if you're multiplying a negative and a positive, it's always negative. So you're doing that to these signs itself. And the signs, whether it's stating that it's a negative or stating that it's subtracting it, they both still are the same signs. And they both mean the same stuff. So getting to this, like I said, you're simply multiplying the signs to get rid of that parentheses, and you just rewrite it. So we'll bring the 5 down, and we'll multiply these two negatives. So when two negatives are multiplied, they get turned into a positive. So now this part right here turns into +2. And then positive and a negative, again, you're multiplying the signs. Whenever you're two opposites, that turns into a negative. This one, you don't have one, it's already positive, so we just bring down that -6. And then here again, we have a positive and a negative. Multiply the signs and opposites, so it's a negative. Now, that makes your problem so much more easy and simple to look at. You can just simply do the basic math in your head, and you don't have to worry about each of these negative signs. So here we have 5 plus 2. These two cancel out, and so you get 2. 2 minus 6 is -4. Minus 1 again, -5. And it's as simple, as easy as that. And we'll do one more example. So again, we're going to multiply the signs. So we bring the 6 down. Two negatives equal a positive. Positive and a negative is a negative. And two negatives is a positive. And again, you made your answer, your equation, so much more easy and simpler to deal with. So 6 plus 10 is 16. Minus 5 is 11, plus 4 is 15. And that's basically it on how you do that. Like I said, the main point of this all is to multiply the signs and rewrite it in a new equation to make it a whole bunch more easy and simpler to do. Next one, I'll be talking about an easier way how to add and subtract them when you get to this process, when you get negatives and positive, an easier way to do it and make it more simpler. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.